Three of you are good.
Good afternoon. I'd like to call to order the meeting of the Oklahoma City Water Utilities Trust. Our first order of business is to have a resolution recognizing Sam Simonti, engineering manager for 35 years of exemplary service, and I will turn it over.
Sam, would you join the chairman at the podium, please? Now it's my pleasure and honor to read this resolution of appreciation to Sam. Whereas Sam Simonti is retiring on January 24th, 2020, after 35 years of exemplary service to the citizens, council members, trustees, and the senior leadership of the City of Oklahoma City. And whereas, after receiving his B.S. Civil Engineering degree in 1979 and his M.S. Civil Engineering degree in 1980, Mr. Simonti became a City of Oklahoma City Junior Civil Engineer in the Water Supply and Distribution Design on January 22, 1985. And whereas in 1988, Mr. Simonti transferred to the Utilities Department as a computer graphics manager, and on February 12, 1988, Sam became certified Oklahoma Professional Engineer number 15190. And whereas, after serving as Junior Civil Engineer, Associate Civil Engineer, and Senior Civil Engineer, Sam was promoted to Engineering Manager on May 19, 2006, and since then has encouraged countless engineers to pursue careers in the utility industry. Whereas Sam led the organization in building resilient, redundant water distribution and wastewater collection systems, and he championed initiatives to expand the system's capacity to ensure Oklahoma City would meet the current and future needs of the residents of Central Oklahoma. And whereas Sam oversaw the Utilities Capital Improvement Program from 2007 through 2020, approximately $1.3 billion in capital projects, including water treatment plant expansions, wastewater treatment plant rehabilitations, and countless miles of pipeline construction and replacement. Whereas Sam has ended his service ensuring the second Atoka pipeline will be built and the residents of Central Oklahoma will benefit from ample supplies of safe drinking water through 2060. Now therefore be it resolved by the trustees and the chair of the Oklahoma City Water Utilities Trust that they do hereby recognize and thank Mr. Sam Simonti for 35 years of meritorious service to the City of Oklahoma City and the Oklahoma City Water Utilities Trust, and congratulate him on his retirement.
Thank you very much. This is a great city, and I'm honored to have serviced with Oklahoma City for the past 35 years. Great people, great community. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Sam, before you leave, it does need to become official and voted upon.
Moved and seconded. I guess we'll vote. All in favor? Whoops. There it is. Okay. minutes of the January 7th meeting of the Oklahoma City Water Utilities Trust. Recognize a motion that they be approved.
Second.
Moved and seconded. We'll vote. Okay. We now have the consent docket. There are a number of items. I would suggest that we approve them all at once unless anybody has any individual requests.
Move all the items on the consent docket.
It's been moved and seconded. We'll vote. Approved. Next item is 2 items on the concurrence docket. We will vote on them together. Are there any questions or comments? Seeing none, I'd recognize a motion that they be approved. It's been made. Is there a second? Moved and seconded. We'll vote. Approved. We have an emergency construction contract, which we need to approve by resolution, and we need 4 affirmative votes. The resolution ratifies the action of the general manager in declaring an emergency, approving bidding documents, approving addendum number 1, and awarding contract to Kraft Reynolds Construction Company, project SC 1059, 12-inch sanitary sewer repair, 11420 Northwest Expressway, $324,085, ratifying issuance of an emergency work order and approving contracts and bonds. And we do need 4 affirmative votes to approve this. I'd recognize a motion to that effect. Any questions or comments? Seeing none, we'll vote. Approved. I see no items for individual consideration unless a member has one. Any items from trustees?
Sam, I'd be remiss if I didn't say something at this time. Your dedication, your loyalty, your hard work, what all you've done for the city will never be forgotten. And I'll make sure it isn't, because I'm really proud of what you accomplished for our city. We are greatly indebted. But I want to say something to his family, and I really mean this. Every time I've seen Sam, he always brightened up my day. He always had a smile on his face. He was always friendly, and I really appreciated that, especially when I was new and I didn't know much, and he was very, very helpful. So thank you. Enjoy your retirement. If you could come back on weekends, we sure would appreciate it.
Yeah. I would echo that, too. Sam's been a great example as an employee for the city and sets an example for all of us as a leader in the way he's influenced other employees and the way he's encouraged that and the way he's led within the water department. I do appreciate that and appreciate your work.
Thank you.
And Sam, I do want to also offer my congratulations to you on your retirement as the newest member of this board. You helped me tremendously to help understand literally drinking by a fire hose on this water, yeah? And I appreciate the talks we had about soccer, so thank you. Anyway, congratulations on your service.
General Manager reports.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. First of all, I'd like to talk about Sam for a minute. I've struggled with this, Sam, and don't really know what to say. It's only been 3 years, but it's been a great 3 years for me. Hope it's been a great 35 for you. You're always the one that I go to get something fixed, and you always fix it. It's comforting to know that Sam's there to tell me, why we are where we are. You have that institutional knowledge. More importantly, it's always nice to know that when I come to work, I have a friend too. That's more important, and I'm going to miss you. It's been a great 3 years for me, and I hope it's been a great 35 for you. Thank you so much for your service. Next item is the pro forma. Our water and wastewater revenues are where they are expected to be, and our expenses are where they are expected to be as well. And I have nothing further to report, Mr. Chairman.
Any citizens to be heard? Seeing none, we're adjourned.